This week in the field, going farther afield and getting outside of your local haunts. Hi everyone, I'm Scott Davenport. Welcome to In the Field. Thanks for joining me. Really quick, workshops 2018. Dates are up, they're posted. If you are interested in joining me on a shoot next year, I would love to have you come on one of my workshops. They're a lot of fun. We learn a lot, we shoot a lot, we have a good time, make new friends. It's all fun stuff. Dates and locations are on my website. Hope you'll check them out. So today's episode is kind of about going farther afield, not just going in the field. A good buddy of mine, Tom, up in San Juan Capistrano, about an hour or so plus from where I live. I've been meaning to get up to that area for quite a while to go out and shoot with him, and finally did it. I mean, it was way too long in the making, and it was a great time. We spent some time at one of the missions there, but got down to my love, the seascapes there, and very different sections of coastline up there, and they weren't that far away. Let me show you a little bit of the footage from this tiny little cove that we ended up shooting at, which was really, really nice. All right, today I'm at Diamond Beach. So this is a little north of my normal haunts in San Diego and Laguna Beach. It's potentially going to be a great sunset if that little gap on the horizon holds. Some fantastic foreground rocks. Tide's rolling out a little bit, not too much different from what we'll see now when sunset comes, but this is already got some good potential. Even the monochromatic tones that are here now, that's going to be a plus. But I am hopeful that we're going to see that where the sun's streaking down now, that becomes orangey glow at sunset. It's going to be really great. Then it's time to get in there, maybe get my feet wet, and to frame up some compositions. Doing some test shots here. Setup straightforward, F16, and framing up more or less what you see right here. I am catching this rock as well as a bit of this extra special house that's out there. Very lucky person who lives there. Trying to use the foreground with the water swirling around and just put on a 4-stop, so I'm getting somewhere in the neighborhood of a half-second exposure. And really just a matter of playing around and waiting for the waves to do things, like waiting for it to crash over this rock, and then maybe this foreground rock here. I'm going to take a few exposures so that I have the options of blending them together to get the best of all worlds in post. I've switched up to a vertical composition, changing up a little bit. This rock is nice and interesting. It's pointing out toward where these sunbeams are. Got up pretty close on it, so I'm maybe, I'm going to guess 4 to 5 feet away from this rock here, shooting very wide. And I've thrown on a 6-stop filter. That way I can get 3 to 4 seconds of drag as the waves come in. This one coming in right here is going to be pretty good. So I'm going to fire this off right now, and that's going to swirl on in front of the rocks and fill in nicely, make some nice patterns there. Well, the sky is starting to close in some, but the textures in the sky are still pretty interesting. Changed up to the 24 to 70, and just doing another different set of compositions. A little tighter on these rocks, and wow, do I need to clean the salt grit and stuff off of my back screen there. But yeah, kind of just using these rocks. There's nice birds up there. I'm like in the water, so tripod wise, I don't know, calf deep, and these spikes, that's really helping out, helping keep the tripod stable. So I'll just wait for another blast of the surf here and fire a couple of shots off. I'm targeting 1 to 1.5 seconds for these. The thing I'll point out that is very useful in the field is using your histogram view so that you can adjust exposure compensation to inch up that edge there. This was the nominal exposure I was getting. You can see how far off from the edge of the histogram that I'm losing highlight detail. So I'm going to crank this up, and I'm just using that live view. And I notice on this particular scene, I get up to about 1.3. I'm blowing a little bit of the highlights after I take the shot, because when the ocean comes in, that's going to make more white and more brights in the scene. So I need to back that off, fire off a shot. We'll see how we did. Pretty nice. Although the sunset never burst on the scene like it has been doing about the last week or so here in San Diego, the light before sunset was quite nice. There was some interesting things going on in the clouds.
Tide was cooperative for the most part, was able to get down in there and get close to the rocks, and came away with one or two nice photos. Here's one that I particularly was happy with the result of. And yeah, I suppose the tip of the week is to go farther afield. Go beyond where you're normally going to shoot your photos. And yeah, that might mean a little bit extra investment and time, and it might mean having to plan it out. I know I certainly had to do that too, and irrespective of meeting up with another photographer, we have responsibilities day in and day out. I completely know how that goes. Plan it out. A few weeks ahead from now, say, hey, I need to take this extra 2 hours or whatever it is to get to this place and go for a shoot. And I'm going to hope that you and yours are understanding about that and let you get out there and do it. So go that little extra mile beyond where you normally shoot and find something else interesting. Well, that will do it for this week's In the Field. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know somehow. I hope that the videos continue to be engaging, entertaining, informational. I'm trying to do a mix of all of that. I don't want to be a stodgy photo guy telling you do this, do this, do this, because I don't really think that's how photography ultimately works. We're learning, exploring, making mistakes all along the way, and I'm certainly sharing both the good and the not so good with you, and I hope you do find that refreshing, if not interesting. Well, until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Happy shooting. And Tom, not you, Tom, the other Tom, Daisy and Records, it's all okay. It's an inside joke that 2 people are going to get.